Hello everyone and welcome back to a new dueling replay. We got a new points list update and we also got some reductions on Nadir's servant. So of course I will play in the next format some Dogmatika with Nadir servant at only 20 points. You can actually play it pure or together with Regenesis. I think it's a bit more competitive to play it with Regenesis. I will definitely make a deck profile for the deck, but right now I just want to test it a bit and see what are the best choices of non-engine. And yeah, let's go straight into this game. My opponent unfortunately bricked in this game, but the other two games are a bit better. Let's just go for game one, and he actually starts, and he had just passed his turn. He plays like the Crimson King deck, the Red Dragon Archfiend deck. My hand here is pretty good, but only if I go first. If he went here and gave me a big board, I would have probably lost instantly because this hand has nearly no non-engine. So I draw Regenesis Archfiend, which is super crazy here. Then and I'm special summoning Regenesis Code in the draw phase, and then Regenesis Archfiend can now show Fleur de Lis and special summon itself, and then I already have like a negate. So yeah, he waits, and then on the summon he actually wants to use Ghost Mourner to negate the Regenesis Sage, which actually makes sense, so it won't be able to use its effect. And because you can only activate this on the summon, so it actually does make sense. Then I show the Fleur de Lis, special summon the Archfiend, and use the Archfiend effect to search. Right here, he actually uses Veiler to negate my Archfiend, but I do something else. I do Regenesis Sage Chain Link 2. This one is negated, but you can still use its effect, and I use the effect to tribute the Archfiend to negate the Veiler. I cannot negate the Veiler because the Sage is negated, but I can still pay the cost, and the cost is removing the Archfiend from the field, which, does not let the resolver resolve the Veiler either way, so I can actually search with Regenesis Archfiend here, and I search for Regenesis Warrior. And then I special summon the warrior, then activate Nadir's servant, and I search for Ecclesia. Right here, I could have maybe actually searched for the Dogmatika Maximus instead. But it still would have lost to the same Veiler, so yeah, I'm just going for the Ecclesia to have just a body more to push for game, and I sent the Garura. And Garura right here lets me draw a card, and I actually draw another Ecclesia, which is like silly, but okay. Then I know Ecclesia, and he uses Whaler on it, so I cannot search for Maximus. And then I'm not able to kill him here because I cannot special summon the Fleur de Lis because there's nothing I can. I could maybe overlay those two for a rank 7, but I don't play a rank 7, so there's no way for me to kill him here. So I just attack with the cards I have here, and then I set the Regenesis Birth and the Punishment, and then I pass turn. He actually draws Earthbound Prisoner Stone Sweeper, which can be a starter for the deck, but yeah, this does not really help him right here because I have a lot of interruptions, and yeah, he just shows, and then okay, now game two. His hand does look a lot better. He has the Soul Resonator this one is one of his starters. Also has Crimson Gaia for extending, and also the Stone Sweeper and Tunibiru, which is not that great against my deck. But yeah, what else you want to have for your points? This engine is like only 20 points, so he can play 80 points of hand traps. So yeah, that's kind of good. But my hand also pretty strong here. I have Ultimate Slayer for going second. This is a synchro deck, so it works really well against that. I have Fleur de Lis, and I have another Fleur de Lis, so if I have this on the field, I can negate with this one. But other from that, the hand doesn't look that crazy, so I'm missing a bit of engine because Sage right here is a dead card, and I have a second Fleur de Lis, so yeah, it has good board breakers, but not a good amount of engine. So let's see how he plays this. He starts with the Stone Sweeper and gets the Vision Resonator to his hand, and then normals the Soul Resonator, use its effect, and search the Bone Archfiend. Then he can special summon this one from his hand. by discarding the Vision Resonator, then using Vision Resonator's effect to add the red zone. When your opponent activates a card or effect while you control Red Dragon Archfiend or a Synchro monster that mentions it, you can target one card on the field, destroy it, so it's a popped. Then he continues by using this effect to mill the Crimson Resonator, and then he goes for the Red Rising Dragon. Then Red Rising Dragon effect, reborn the Crimson Resonator, and then Crimson Resonator, he uses the effect of Crimson Resonator, yeah, okay. If the only other monsters you control is exactly one Dark Synchro monster, you can special summon up to 2 Resonators monster from your hand or deck, which is actually crazy. Then he special summons the Soul Resonator and the Synchron, like a weirdly spelled Synchron Resonator. And then now he goes into the Sacred Dragon Archfiend, and then into Hot Dragon Archfiend Abyss, which is like a 20 points card. And yeah, it says quick effect, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls, negate its effect until the end of this turn, so it's a pretty good card. And also the thing is, now he can actually negate my Fleur-de-Lis, so yeah, but the good thing is I also have like Dogmatika Fleur-de-Lis United to negate this one. So I let him cook here a bit, and then he summons the Red Dragon Archfiend because the Sacred Dragon Archfiend goes into the graveyard, and then special summons the Vision Resonator from his hand to go into the Bestial Disparter, which is right now not live because there's nothing banished here. So right here, my thinking is, okay, I have to use my effects now, because if he gets something banished, then the Disparter will be live and be able to pop something. So yeah, I actually activate my Fleur-de-Lis here and special summon her, and then use the effect. He tries to negate it. I chain the Fleur-de-Lis to negate the Hot Dragon Archfiend Abyss, and then I set Dogmatika Punishment. And the Dogmatika Punishment right here is now activatable because those have over 2500 attacks, so I can use it in this turn. He activates Crimson Gaia. Right here I'm thinking if I want to do something else, but I did not want to do it. Then he adds another red zone. And no, this is red zone, this is red rain. If you control a level 8 or higher synchro monster, banish all monsters on the field except the monsters with the highest level, which is actually crazy. Also, the remaining face-up monsters on the field are unaffected by other card effects, except their own until the end of this turn. So this one is level 11, and this one is level 10. So this one will be kept on the field. Or is it level 10? 1, 2... No, it's level 9. All right, it's level 9, and this one is level 10, so this one probably stays on the field. Then he sets the red zone, and then he passes turn, and I can still use in the end phase the punishment, which I'm doing here, and I'm thinking about a lot of things right here, because I could like pop his back row by sending one of the XYZ monsters to pop the back row. I could actually give this one back to the extra deck with Marlong, which is like I think the best idea. The problem is I can't pop those because I don't have a monster that's over 3k, so the punishment is not that great here. It does something, but it's not that great. So I target a Soul Resonator to send the Marlong. He wants to think here if he wants to do something, and then tries to protect with the Soul Resonator. And but then I think he protects it, but I still get to send the Marlong because punishment says send one monster with an equal or higher attack from your X deck to the graveyard, and if you do, destroy that monster. So you don't have to destroy to send, so I still send, and then use Marlong's effect to just bounce the Hot Dragon Archfiend Abyss, which is like the most annoying card here. But now Bestial Disparter is actually live to pop a card, so yeah. But I top deck the Regenesis code. Then I immediately use it to add the Archfiend. And right here, I think I'm doing a big mistake. I'm adding the Regenesis Lord. This one is here to do more easy OTKs, but I don't think this was the right play to do. Because if I summon the Regenesis Lord, I also make this part alive for negating an effect, which is like even worse than popping. So yeah, it's not the best thing that I ever did. So then I special summon the Sage here to immediately have a negate. And then I actually use the banishment of Archfiend. You banish the Archfiend to special summon the Lord. I don't think this was like necessarily the correct play, because now he can use this Pater to negate the Lord itself, and then I have to maybe use Sage or anything, or just let it go through. So maybe I should have just used Fleur de Lis first to special summon her and set another punishment, and then used punishment, right? So I'm not playing that harshly into this pattern being able to negate. But yeah, I actually played into it. I think I could have prevented that, and then he uses the this part to negate the effect of Lord. I'm thinking about negating it here with the Sage, but I'm more scared about his back row, and that's the reason why I just let it resolve, because this one doesn't get destroyed, it just gets negated, so I just don't get the set, but the card still is there to do something. And then I special summon the Fleur, and then set with the Fleur the punishment, and then I get everything into the attack mode, and then I use Ultimate Slayer. I want to have the Ultimate Slayer, I want to wait with the Ultimate Slayer as long as possible, because I wanted to special summon Fleur de Lis, and I also wanted to use punishment. And if I use Ultimate Slayer to flip this back, I cannot use the punishment in the same turn. So right here, I'm activating Ultimate Slayer, and then I wait if he wants to do something, and then I can just chain the punishment here, because the monster with the 2500 attack or more from the extra deck is still on the field. So I activate this, and then I pay for costs, send the Lulova Lilith. So this is like an excellent monster to send for Ultimate Slayer, because it gives me a body back in the end phase. And then I target the Bastille Disparter. He chains the Red Rain. This is the one that banishes all monsters, but luckily I was waiting with the Sage, so I can use Sage here to prevent that, which is like super important. I attribute the Regenesis Lord for that. And then I chain the punishment as, so this one is chaining 1, this chaining 2, chaining 3 as chaining 4 then, and target the Soul Resonator to pop it. And then I sent the Titanic String. Right here, I'm missing something really important. I think he can now reborn something, one of those cards. Yeah, we will see it, what he will reborn. Yeah, this one gets into the extra deck. Yeah, okay, with Crimson Gaia, he can reborn something. When you're Red Ring Archfiend, if a monster on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one Red Dragon Archfiend from your graveyard. So this is the thing. And this one is also in the graveyard, Red Dragon Archfiend, so he can actually reborn with this one. So yeah, I cannot kill him now, because I don't have the Regenesis Lord on the field anymore, which is like 5k. So I yeah, just attack with this and boost with Fleur de Lis my monsters. And if this one goes to the graveyard, he can special summon another Red Dragon Archfiend. Kind of annoying to kill him here. And then go for another one. And I only summoned 3 times in this turn, because the other cards were summoned in his turn. So he cannot use Nip here, which is like bad for him. And yeah, but I also am not able to kill him. Then in the end phase, I use Lodova Lilith to special summon Ecclesia, and then Ecclesia gets me Fleur de Lis, the Thunderbolt, and then I use Titanic Light to search for another Dogmatika Fleur de Lis. But right here, he doesn't draw follow-up, right? But he still has like a lot of follow-up with Crimson Gaia, and also in his graveyard he has a lot of follow-up. And the problem right here is I can only use my interruptions like Fleur de Lis and the other Fleur de Lis when he actually committed a card from the extra deck. So right here I cannot hinder him from summoning from the extra deck. So this one comes back, and yeah, he can also search one for soul with Crimson Gaia and the Soul Resonator, get the Red Lotus right here, and then special summon the Red Lotus. And this one is super scary. It can just send a normal trap from the deck to the graveyard if it goes to the graveyard for a synchro summon. Yeah, then he goes for the Red Rising Dragon. and use the effect to reborn, and then the effect of Red Rain to add back, and the effect of Red Lotus. So his follow-up is like super strong right here. But right now I'm now able to use Fleur de Lis or the like Fleur de Lis United or the Thunderbolts, but I decide not to use it. Maybe I should have used Fleur de Lis right here to negate the Red Rising Dragon, so we won't be able to reborn a tuner and to further combo off. But I did not know what he had in his hand, if he had like something to just special summon there. So yeah, I just let him do it. And then he also sends Black Goat Laughs, which yeah just kills my Fleur de Lis the Thunderbolt, because this one activates in the hand and on the field. So yeah, he can just negate the setting of the punishment with it now. So this actually outs my interruption here. And then he goes for Kui Belt the Blade Dragon. And with this one, I think he can just pop one. And he decides to pop the Ecclesia because he cannot easily run over that with his big monsters. Because when they come from the extra deck, Ecclesia cannot be destroyed by battle. And then he reborns the Red Dragon Archfiend. Oh no, he reborns the Sacred Dragon Archfiend with the Crimson Gaia because a monster was destroyed. So it works also if you destroy monsters from the opponent. And then he goes for... Oh, right here we were thinking if this Red Dragon Archfiend was like properly summoned, but it actually was properly summoned because this one does counts as a synchro summon, so he can choose to reborn the Red Dragon Archfiend. So yeah, this should be the Red Dragon Archfiend, so we correct it right here. And then he goes with those two monsters into another Red Rising Dragon, then Red Rising Dragon, and also the Vision Resonator, use the effect. And from here on, I only have like the Fleur de Lis left here as a negate, but this is just not enough because his engine is now rolling and I don't really have a way to generate follow-up here. He also gets the Hot Ray Dragon Archfiend Abyss back, so yeah, this game doesn't really look good for me, and yeah, he can just easily clear my whole board. And yeah, with this one he can set everything and then pop the whole field, and if this one attacks directly, he gets another when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target one tuner in your graveyard, special summon it, so he even gets more follow-up. So I think I missed the point where I had to negate something. So I think the Red Rising Dragon was the point where I had to use the Fleur de Lis to negate, so he does not get to another tuner and to extend further. In game 3, I will go first, and yeah, let's take a look at the hands. Right here, I'm having at the end of Anubis in the hand. This is actually here to send with Grangoniol and then to reborn with Dogmatika Beast, but if I draw it, I cannot get it out of my hand. I don't think I will play this in future versions of the deck, but right here I tried it to use like a lock combo with Dogmatika Beast, but yeah, I draw it, so it doesn't obviously work here, but the rest of my hand is pretty okay. I got the Regenesis cards, Archfiend to start, also Ecclesia to search something, and his hand has like 2 Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Dark Ruler, so kind of good board breakers, Bone Archfiend, and also Resonator Core as a starter board, Archfiend as an extender. So his hand is kind of good, but my hand is also alright, and I have the benefit of going first. So right here, I'm starting by showing the Warrior and activating the Archfiend. I don't have to be scared of the roll, so I can just freely play here. I use the Genesys Lord, banish the Archfiend, and then get back, get the Regenesis Birth. And then I special summon the Warrior. I also don't think I will play in future versions the Regenesis Lord right here. I thought it was kind of good because then I can just do like right here it's good because then I have now a target for the Dogmatika Beast to just reborn and to use something, but I can just also use Regenesis Warrior, tribute it for cost, and then just reborn him, right? So this is also like a possible thing that I can do. So I don't really have to play the Regenesis Lord, but in this specific situation, it was good to have the Lord in the deck, but I don't think this one needs to be played, honestly. And yeah, then I search with the Ecclesia de Dogmatika Maximus, because I mistakenly think right here that I did not normal summon, but I cannot special summon the Ecclesia. So right here, I'm trying to normal summon the Maximus, but then I realize I cannot do that. And I tell my opponent that I cannot do that. And then he says, yeah, okay, that's fine. And but the funny thing is, he actually played like targets for sending with the Maximus. I think those are probably for Ultimate Slayer. But yeah, the aggregator did not do anything. He would have just drawn a card with that. But the things I would have gotten from those sends would have been way more strong. But then we just reworded, and I asked him if I can do another search, because if I don't, the game is kind of over, right? So, and he said, yeah, he want to have a competitive game, and so yeah, I just searched the punishment, and he just wants to test his deck and see the like limits, and he doesn't really care about winning. He just wants to have a good game. So yeah, he lets me just search another punishment. So really nice of my opponent. And then I can just set the punishment, Dogmatika Beast, and right here I kind of have a strong board. I have Birth to set something, I have Warrior to give something to the hand, I have Punishment to pop and send, I have Dogmatika Beast to reborn from banished or graveyard and send. So yeah, that's actually good. And he also top decks Soul Resonator, kind of good, and starts with Cosmic Cyclone. He starts by targeting, I think, the Dogmatika Beast. I chain the Beast and send something from the extra deck right here. I'm sending Grangoniol because of Grangoniol's Grave effect, and with Dogmatika Beast, you have to send something that has the same or higher attack than the monster you want to reborn. So I target Archfiend, so I can send the Grangoniol for that, because both are 2500. And I can actually banish the Archfiend to special summon from the extra deck or from the main deck, like a Dogmatika monster. So the Grave effect of Grangoniol is super broken in this deck. So I reborn the Archfiend, and then Archfiend's effect can trigger, and yeah, he chains the Cosmic. I get the Regenesis code, and then with the Cosmic he banishes my Dogmatika punishment. I cannot use it here, so I just lose this card, right? So this doesn't help here. So then main phase, he uses Dark Ruler. Doesn't really do anything here. It just negates the Regenesis Warrior, so I cannot bounce with him anymore, but it's not the worst thing to happen here. Then he searches with Resonator Call, and then realizes, oh no, yeah, he just normals, and then adds the Flame Crime, and then activates the effect of Bone Archfiend to discard and special summon himself. And because a monster right here was special summoned from the hand with or a monster was special summoned through a monster effect, I can actually use the Grangoniol in graveyard. So he uses Vision Resonator chaining 1, and then I use chaining 2, Grangoniol's grave effect, special summon another Ecclesia. Because right here I can use, he searches Crimson Gaia, and then my Ecclesia triggers, and I can search for Fleur-de-Lis Thunderbolt to just set a punishment again if he goes into the extra deck. The thing is, I cannot special summon Fleur-de-Lis from the main deck with Grangoniol, because this one only triggers if it's special summoned from the hand. So yeah, not that great, but so I have to go through Ecclesia. But my board right here is kind of full, but I still have the ability to just use Regenesis Warrior's effect to tribute him. I cannot bounce then, but I can still tribute him for cost, and then I have a zone to special summon the Fleur here. Then the next move right here, I'm using Regenesis Birth, because I don't want him to use Bone Archfiend as a material, and I don't want him to be able to use the Grave effect. Not the Grave effect, I'm sorry, the on-field effect. You can target one face-up monster you control that has a level and send one Fiend Tuner from your hand or deck to the graveyard. So I don't want him to modify the level, and I don't want him to be able to send another one from the deck to the graveyard. So I just use Regenesis Birth to just book him. So it also blocks a zone for him, and yeah, he cannot do anything against that. And then he just uses the effect of Flame Crime to special summon him, and then his effect if you control Fiend Tuner or opponent controls a special summon monster quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summoned, you can inflict 800 damage to your opponent for each fire monster you control. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can send one normal trap from your deck to the graveyard. So this was already scary in the last game. And yeah, right here he just goes for the 800 burn and then goes for Red Rising Dragon. So right here my Fleur-de-Lis is now live, and right here he sends, and I'm really scared that he sends Black God Laughs again, because this would have easily outed my board. But I'm actually kind of lucky he doesn't send the Black God Laughs. He sends the Red Rain. He does it in the wrong order, but I know what he wanted to do here. And then he wants to add the Red Rain back because he now goes into scarred Red Dragon Archfiend. So he just wants to have this back in his hand, which is also a fine play, but the Black God Laughs would have really outed my board here. But I guess he couldn't do then more, or he missed then the trap, because he kind of wanted to have this trap, it seems like. Because yeah, the effect is like broken. He can sweep the whole board with that. And then he activates Crimson Gaia, and then with Crimson Gaia he adds the Synchron Resonator, and then he specials the Synchron Resonator. And right here I'm actually wanting to react, because this is level 8, this was level 1, so he can go into the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss to negate my stuff, so I have to react here. So I use Regenesis Warrior's effect to target something to add it to the hand. I just want to remove it from the field so I have a free zone. And then I use Fleur-de-Lis to special summon her, Fleur-de-Lis effect to set punishment. And then I activate the effect of punishment, target the Synchron Resonator. He wants to protect it with Soul Resonator, which is fine. And I still got to send Marlong, and then Marlong, yeah, I think he was still thinking if he wanted to protect, and yeah, it gone back and forth, but yeah, he now he doesn't want to protect, and Marlong uses its effect, and Marlong can just give this to the hand. Yeah, but I think this one has an effect if it's sent to the graveyard, so this is the reason why he did not want to protect. But yeah, I got to bounce his Scared Dragon Archfiend Abyss, so his turn is over. He already used like a normal summon, so there is not a lot he can do, so he just admits defeat here, because in the next turn I would have just easily killed him. My Regenesis cards would come back, like the Dragon, the Warrior, and also the Regenesis Birth is also live again in the next turn, so that I could even like tribute summon it for the end of Anubis, so there wasn't really a lot for him to do right here, so he chooses to surrender. So yeah, I hope you like to see this deck. I hope you like to see the pure Dogmatika deck. I will post some more do replays with this deck. I'm gonna try to play some more ranked with it. Yeah, this is a whole lot of fun to play this deck. Stay tuned also for the deck profile. If you don't want to miss it, the deck profile, maybe also consider subscribing. I will post it maybe in a week or something like that. When it's finished, right? I can just post when it's finished, when I tested it. And yeah, then I can give you the deck list, because I always just want to give you deck lists that I actually tested and I think that are good, right? So yeah, just maybe consider subscribing so you will instantly see it. Also, tell me what you think about the deck, about the match, and yeah, just tell me in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.